Happy Wednesday, and we are back with Lucy Greer on Studio 10 Wednesday morning, and you're making a soup.
Yes, another soup. We did soup last week. We're going to do soup this week.
Yeah, so what you making this morning?
Today we're going to make a lemon chicken orzo soup.
Ooh.
I know.
Have you made this one before on the show?
I've made something like this before, yes.
I remember last year, year before, whatever it was, but this one, you made it with lemon. It's fresh, and it's just like warm, and it's what you need in January.
And it's really light. And this would definitely be good for somebody that was under the weather, or you know, especially like we talked about, you know, that maybe has a new baby, or you know, just has something going on, because it's really comforting, and sometimes you just need that.
For sure.
So we have in our pot here a tablespoon of olive oil, and I have a small onion that I just finely diced, and we've had it just going for a couple minutes. So just want to soften that up, and it's over medium heat. We don't have it on high heat. We don't want to like put color on it. We just kind of want to sweat it out. So to that, we're going to add some salt and some pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and some dried oregano. So I'm going to put this in here, and then we are taking a shortcut from the grocery store today, and I'm using a rotisserie chicken.
Nice.
And actually all of our stores always have rotisserie chickens on sale on Mondays. So today's Wednesday, but if you wanted to save the recipe for Monday, we always have rotisseries on sale. So I just use the white meat today, so it's just the two breasts, which is about 2 cups or so, but you could use dark meat. You can really do anything you want as far as the chicken goes. So these onions have softened up a little, so before we go, I want to add in our 1/2 cup of orzo pasta. So if you haven't used it before, it looks just like rice, but it is a pasta. It's called orzo, so it's right there by the by all the other pastas. So this is 1/2 cup. So I'm going to add that, and then I'm going to add 6 cups of chicken broth, and we are going to bring this up to a boil and let it cook for 10 minutes, and then we'll keep moving.
Yum! Well, this is really, really good. If you've had chicken noodle soup and you haven't had orzo, this is kind of like the typical things if you buy like a canned chicken noodle soup, but really, really good for these colder days that we're living in right now, and like Lucy said, especially if you're under the weather right now too. So something you can pop in the freezer, save for later too.
Absolutely.
Which is real easy when you have kids and a big old family. So when we come back with Joe, what are we doing next?
So we are going to add our chicken, and then kind of the unique part later, we're going to add fresh lemon juice and some egg, and it's going to make it really creamy. It's not going to do the egg drop thing. It's going to do something different.
All right. Food science next here on Studio 10 with Lucy Greer.
Welcome back into our Studio 10 kitchen. It is a Wednesday, so we are cooking with Lucy from Greer. It's great to see you again.
Thank you. You too.
So you and Chelsea got this started in the last segment. What are we working on today?
A lemon chicken orzo soup.
Wow.
So we have already gotten started in our soup pot, and we started out with a tablespoon of olive oil, and we just softened a small onion in there, and then we added a little bit of garlic powder and some dried oregano and salt and pepper. And then we added in 6 cups of chicken broth, and we can't really see it, I don't have a good spoon, but we added 1/2 cup of our orzo pasta. So we brought that up to a boil, and then reduced the heat and just have that simmering for about 10 minutes. And now it's time to add our chicken.
Okay.
So you can do whichever way of chicken you want. I just got a rotisserie chicken, and
that's the easiest way.
That's the easiest way. And you can use a combination of white and dark meat. I just took the white meat off of it, and I usually feed the dark meat to the kids.
There you go.
So it's about 2 cups, or you could just, of course, you know, get a couple chicken breasts and cook those. And so it's already cooked. So we just are going to be warming it through in here. And then I told Chelsea that this soup, she said, "Have you made something like this before?" And I have. So this is a Greek style soup where we're going to add in some fresh lemon juice and some egg, and it's going to make it creamy versus making it like egg drop soup.
Gotcha.
So we're going to do that at the last segment, but I just want to kind of get started. So in this bowl, I have 2 eggs. And then I took 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, which was about 2 lemons. So I'm gonna whisk this up. And if you've made egg drop soup before, then you know if you whisk an egg and just drizzle it at this point into the hot soup, it's gonna make those strands, which is the egg drop style soup. But we're not gonna do that today. What we're gonna do is, this is the hot liquid. So I'm gonna take a 1/4 cup of this liquid and drizzle it in here. And this is called tempering. So we're going to make it, obviously it's not going to be the same temperature, but not cold into hot where it'll do those strands. We're just going to do it like this, and then at the end when we add it in, it's going to make it really creamy. And so I was giving it to, I'll do a little more. You can't do too much. You just want to make sure you do enough.
Right.
So I was giving this to Spiro and a friend last night. He's like, "Is there heavy cream in there?" I'm like, "No, it's just this lemon and egg." And this method just make it so creamy at the end, and we're not adding any fat or anything, but it's going to be really silky and luxurious soup.
Wow, a luxurious soup.
Yes.
Well, that is fantastic. I also like that you have the lemon in there. Soup, it's kind of that thing you want in the winter, or if you're feeling out. A lot of people have cold right now. There's a lot of other stuff going around now too. This is the perfect thing to eat during that time.
It is, and it came together really quick, especially if you use the rotisserie chicken. This whole thing is going to take less than 30 minutes. So so that's a good thing. So all we have to do now is add this in, and it'll come together.
All right, sounds good. We'll do that in the next segment right here on Studio 10. You can get the recipe if you're looking for the perfect winter soup on the Studio 10 tab at fox10tv.com. Lucy, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Time to finish up this perfect winter soup with Lucy from Greer's. All the things that just feel like the right time of the year to have this kind of soup.
I know, it's very comforting. It is, it's a chicken soup, but it's a lemon chicken orzo soup that we started just with a little bit of onion, and then we added a little bit of dried oregano and garlic powder and salt and pepper. We have our orzo in there with our chicken broth, and we just added in our chicken. So, and then we also talked about what we're going to add next to bring that citrus flavor in and to make it a little bit creamy. So in the last segment, we took 2 eggs and 4 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice and whisked it together, and then I took a little quarter measuring cup and drizzled some of the hot liquid into here. So we tempered our mixture here, and at this point we are going to pour this in. And I was telling Joe that I gave this to a friend last night, and he was like, "What is that creaminess in there? Is that cream?" I said, "No, it's just the way that we're doing this egg." And so now it has that bright citrus flavor that goes great with the chicken, and it has that creaminess, and we didn't add anything. So this is a really healthy option because we just had the broth and the white meat chicken, and it's not a lot of orzo. It kind of goes all the way through, so it's really something good you can freeze it, and then it's also good to make a big batch and eat it for lunch. So at this point it's already hot, so it is ready to eat.
What's funny about the freezing option right now is because our temperature has been such a seesaw. You can make it and freeze it, and then when it's 80 degrees leave it in there, but then when it drops to 40, then you can pull it out, so you have something ready to go.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So this is kind of a different, it's still a chicken soup, but it's just something kind of different if you were looking for, just another idea.
Absolutely. What a fantastic recipe. Check it out. You can find it on Greer's. You can find it on our Studio 10 tab. Lots of great stuff and lots of great options for you shopping in the new year. With Greer's, you've got all the things people want in store, order online, delivery, curbside, all that kind of stuff.
We can get it to you no matter what.
That's right. They've got it all figured out. Lucy, thanks so much. Can't wait to try this out.